There we go. Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Persona 4. So, not since last time, everybody basically maxed out except for Adachi, but Adachi is like plot-based. We only get him maxed out after we finish up all of the... Well, if we go into the final hidden dungeon. We also got everybody's third persona, well, third tier personas, I guess is a better way to put it. Some of them look absolutely ridiculous, like, good god, look at that hair. Pretty sure we got all... Oh yeah, Koiza... Yep, we got them all. So at this point, there really isn't much left to do except waste time until we hit the next plot point on the February 5th? Okay, so yeah, we are oh, this is daytime. I don't know why, part of me thought, oh, we're at like nighttime or something. I don't know. Here's our only option here. You do this, you actually unlock new abilities for characters. Like, you can actually get Yukiko freaking Mind Charge. Which definitely jumps her up to one of the stronger characters. Waits from the women's section of the hot spring. You there, Rion-kun? I'm the only one on the side. Get this big bath all to myself. Man, this is heaven. The hot springs with Jay. Yeah, if you go with memories, you can pick up old skills, I think. And it's like I can see what I want for a second, then it's gone. It's still really blurry for me. Reach out. Yep. Does she get the Hama spells? Okay. I guess that's supposed to be like, I don't know, the counterpart to, you know, Yukiko's dark spells. And this is also how you get like Bufudyne on Chie. Days arithmetic, my teacher gave me some problems to solve. Subtraction, huh? You're up to that already? Where's 7 minus 2? The answer's 5. That's amazing, Dad. You're so fast. Well, yeah, everyone can do it once they get used to it. Well, it's still neat. When it's this one has both pluses and minuses. The 10 minus 5 plus 3. The answer's 8. Let's let her solve. Yeah, Dad, I need to do it. Oh, sorry, got ahead of myself. Dojima helped Nanako steady by giving her hints when she got stuck. Aww. Over here, students talking. And we eavesdrop a lot, don't we? It's so cold lately. By the way, the advancement exams are next week, right? Those exams are going to have questions from everything we covered all year, like I'll remember all that. Don't worry, it's just a piece of paper. The real measure of our life's still a long way off. Our college entrance exams are next year, you know. I feel like how I do on this test is going to be the measure of my life. I've spent a lot of money this month giving money to all the kids in my extended family. It's really rough on my bank account. One of my nephews had a music player. Didn't know they came in gigabytes these days. Last time I bought one, they still measure them in megabytes. Storage capacity just keeps getting bigger. I was surprised. Wonder if we're close to getting terabyte capacity music players. That's about music. Yeah, use a measurement that. Hanamura-kun, you seem to like music. No, Baho-kun in front of him. That's the next unit up. Measure from terabyte. Petabyte. Yep, it's the petabyte, and one step greater than that is an exabyte. I wish my checking account could be measured in peta anythings, but no matter what happens, my wallet always stays flat. Knowledge has increased. Guess we're gonna be hanging with Kanji. Not sure what Kanji gets out of it. Yeah, we're pretty much just gonna do this with everybody until the end, I guess. Yeah, this is awesome, Onset. I am loving life. I guess I should take care of the shop once in a while and tell Mom she should relax here. And, yep, talking about the future. Future? I can make it the second year. Wait, that's not what you're talking about. Well, let's be with Kanji about the future. Something changed inside Kanji. You learn Medea? Certainly not worth it now, but okay. Spent time with Kanji until it got dark and then went home.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, definitely study. Oh yeah, we got anything here? Oh, these are, that's the SP regeneration item, I think. If you want money, you go with translation at night. Does over here you get up to like 10k, I think. Oh, we got 15,000. Nice. That's more than what we got from freaking, what I'm looking for. More than we got from, the tutoring. What we get with Rise? With Rise. Empire, you there? There's absolutely nobody here on this side. So big, I feel like this entire section was reserved just for me. I'm so happy. So big, we could be in here together. Just kidding.
Come on.
In the future, I'd like to be with you. And well, oh, that's not what you meant then, Right, if the attack with Rise joins it, it's increased. Well, okay then. That works.
You're back.
I'm just gonna keep on earning us some extra cash. Your Persona funds! Oh, we only get 5k there. Well, fine then.
Yo!
Yes, up, Rio? Oh, it's so damn cold. I can't believe it's February already. Oh, you know, exams are next week. What do you say we go skiing this time for real once that's all over? You know, those holidays coming up after all. You gotta see what Inaba has in the winter. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It'll be this winter's last hurrah. Let's make the most of it. I'll shoot you an email once the plans are nailed down. Make sure you don't catch another cold, okay? And that's it for today's lesson. Sorry, I didn't mean to sigh. When I see a snowy landscape, I just can't get those beautiful pyramids out of my head. Don't tell me you don't know what the pyramids really used to look like. You don't you, Mr. Bahu? What color were the pyramids originally? I actually don't have this but judging from her context. Good for you, yes, the pyramids were white. The pyramids, when first built, were covered in beautiful white limestone casing stones. However, the outer limestone was stolen, revealing what it looks like now. I see a white landscape, I can't help but think of that tragic history. Those robbers that were there then, I would have cursed them. Just kidding. Off we go. It's gonna be the same thing with everybody, isn't it? Oh no, we're surprisingly alone. We should talk about the future. You learned Panic Boost? Man, that would probably be a lot more useful when Tatarafu is more relevant? Well, I guess it's still usable now, but I don't know what I'd really ditch for it at this point. I mean, Garudon, you aren't ditching. Those are his main damage spells. Brave Blade is a severe physical attack, so yeah. Deikaja is Deikaja and is always useful. Youthful Wind is a full party heal and also Masuku Kaja, so yeah. Huh. And apparently they went to the hot spring with Naoto today. I wonder if that's like semi-randomized. Oh, we can work as a janitor. Show off what I was talking about. Yep, restore 7 SP at the start of the wearer's turn. Pretty handy. Here's Naoto. Oh, that's how she gets Bufudine? Because remember, she got freaking Ice Amp from another skill at one point. Which made me go, why would you bother with this? How would it work out exactly? She doesn't learn it. This is how you learn it. I guess we could ditch Heat Riser. Let me guess, her next one's Zeodyne? Yeah, this version of the game really wanted to make Naruto more usable. I didn't say how much. Oh, we got 8,000 for doing that. Okay. So generically, we get more from the hospital work. But if we get the right option picked for translation, we can get more. Hello, I apologize for interrupting your morning. I thought it would be best to inform you of my progress in the search for Marie. I have located her. However, she is in a realm not that of man. It will not be easy for you to set foot in that place. Please allow me just a little more time so that I may make preparations. As I said before, when I am done, I shall come for you. Now, if you will excuse me. I wonder if that will happen after the next set of exams. Yukiko's turn. Great, we can talk. I'm the only one. Yep, same thing. I'm the only one on this side with the girls. Talk about future. It's Valiant. Does that cause rage? Yeah, that's the rage causing one. Okay. Bit of an oddball. I think you have to do this 5 times in order to get Mind Charge on Yukiko. Which, if you're going for full social link, I don't think is really possible. Oh, I'm sure going to a freaking hot spring with Teddy will end well. Oh, he gets Dakunda. Not a bad one. Although honestly, not as usual useful for our guys as it would normally be, since we do have most of the buffs to cover anything we care about. Today I'm studying for my life class. It's supposed to help out at home. Life class? Oh, you mean life environment studies. That. Once I'm done with this, my teacher said I don't need to study on weekends anymore. What can I help out with? Well, you washed the dishes earlier, so you've helped out already. Oh, okay, then that's what I'll write about. Naga's doing her best to write down her thoughts. When I wash dishes, they get clean and makes dinner taste good. When dinner tastes good, everyone smiles, so I like washing dishes. I didn't know that's how she saw things. You sound like a doting father, at least a doting brother. All done. Now I'm caught up. Thanks, Dad and Big Bro. Nanako succeeded in catching up with her lessons. Nanako has finished studying. You put her to bed and return to your room. How's studying going? Everything good? Ski trip next week, the 11th. 2 days, 1 night, all fun. Guys, we can rent board and clothes there. Let's ace our test and enjoy the last big event of the winter. Lates. So I should go on ski trip with everyone else for 2 days starting February 11th. Oh, can we... What can we actually buy here? Need Dory wear? Sure. Sounds like good armor, probably. This is the last day to do any social linking. Oh, Naoto gets another one. I knew it! I freaking called it! Actually, wouldn't really need that since I'm the one who's mainly working on that element, you know? So I guess Zio is probably the only element that she could really, like, top someone in. Given the fact, well, of the, not me party members. I'll always be able to do more, like... But we can't go out to see a movie, dude. Anyway, I can get, like, a Lek Amp and all that stuff to boost up my lightning damage, but, like, Kanji is her only real, like a competition for that. And Kanji's not exactly a mage, you know? He does get the full suite of Zio spells, and a Lek boost and a Lek Amp, but his magic stat is also not nearly as good. Oh, whoops. Today, did you remember to study for them? TA seems anxious, but me, I'm kind of relieved. This things like exams and schoolwork. This is just another sign of normal life slowly coming back. Everyone's been their old selves around town and at school, too. The ski trip this weekend might be our last special outing. Let's ace those exams so we can focus on having a fun on the trip. See. Comes from Beta. Theory that the pyramids were built by slaves is proven. That was by attendance logs. I actually don't have the answers for this one. Oh, that was... Pretty sure it was Toso. Yep. Oh god. Pretty sure it's ganglioneuralgia. Yep. Oh, that was Rabbit. It's turnips. Apparently I remember this stuff. I mentioned I played this game a few too many times, right? Oh yeah, we just recently had that one. It was white. Mixing with snow in Europe, that's something. Oh, that was. It's desert sand.
Senpai.
Morning, Senpai. Today's the last day of exams. This week has been so stressful. But the ski trip's tomorrow. Can't wait to stay the night with everyone. Hey, how are you at skiing? I haven't done it in a while, so I'm worried I might be a little rusty. You will? Hooray! We'll be there for 2 days and 1 night, so there will be plenty of skiing. I'll take you up on that offer. Say the exam, you answer every question with ease. Answers seem to be flowing from your hands.
Welcome back.
Damn. Okay, yeah, that's some pretty good stats on that sucker, but it doesn't matter for the upcoming dungeon. We lose all of our gear for it. The day of your ski trip with your friends will be your last big memory of winter in Inaba. Endeavor to have as much fun as possible.
Yosuke, you're pretty good.
Dude, you too! Is this really your first time snowboarding?
Just gotta keep your balance, right?
Whoa!
Senpai! You're too fast!
You gotta open up your stance. Do you get it? Come on.
It's easier said than, huh?
Whoa! Damn, that hurt.
Oh, so sorry. Sorry.
You owe me a date! You won't win!
Rest in peace, Teddy.
Jeez, you two.
You down the slopes a number of times to join the time with your friends.
Whew! We've been down this slope a bunch of times now. Hey, what do you think of my snowboarding skills? I bet you're head over heels with them.
Well, yeah, but only because we were falling down all the time. Teddy kept crashing into me.
It's not fair that Kanji gets to keep skiing with Naochan. I'm completely against one-on-one personal lessons.
You were doing it on purpose, you bastard!
You guys are completely ignoring my lines, huh?
So this was your first time skiing, Naoto-kun? How was it?
I can barely even stand upright. Kanji-kun is teaching me, but it's not going as I'd hoped. I keep going in the wrong direction or falling over without warning. I hope I do a little better tomorrow.
You don't look it, but you really don't like losing, do you? Should we go up one more time?
What? I'm too tired. My legs are giving out on me.
My fur's all frozen too. I feel like Frosty the Snow Bear.
We've got tomorrow too, so let's call it a day. Aren't you hungry, Chie?
I didn't even notice it until now. I'm super hungry! What are we having for dinner at the lodge?
The steak.
I think soul cooked in non-regional style. That non-regional part caught my attention.
So, it's a non-style style? What is that supposed to taste like?
I think you would only call it something like that if you weren't all that confident about your food.
I doubt the chefs would appreciate hearing that from you guys.
That's so mean. I remember you yelling about how delicious that cake we made was.
I wasn't yelling. And that cake was only good because Naoto helped you.
That's not true. It was thanks to the cookbook.
I don't care which it was. And you guys should have been using a cookbook in the first place.
There's something more important at hand right now! Soul is a fish, right? What about some real meat? Meat!
How much of a carnivore are you?
I don't think I saw any real meat dishes on the menu.
No beef? Or pork? Or even chicken?
She's got a point. And considering how much we've been skiing, I could use something with a lot of protein.
Meat.
Everyone turns to look at Teddy.
Has the day finally come that you all want a little taste of Teddy?
No, we'd never do that. Bear meat is pretty gamey after all.
You're so cruel, Yuki-chan.
You finished skiing for today and decided to return to the lodge. After dinner, everyone gathered in the lounge.
Is Teddy still in the bathhouse?
We saw these college girls while we were having dinner. He said he was gonna hold out in the bath until they showed up.
Sheesh, what's he up to now?
A restraining order.
You say that, but I bet you wish you were there with him right now, don't you?
What? That's the worst. Wouldn't you rather spend time with us? I mean, me, rather than people like that, Senpai?
Dude, how awesome is it that we all get to stay overnight like this? And it's co-ed! So why don't we...
No.
But I didn't suggest anything yet!
Sorry, were you gonna say play cards? Why don't we go night skiing? I've always been impressed by people who can do that.
Then we'd have to take another bath afterwards. Honestly, I'm already exhausted from snowboarding all day.
Then why don't we do what people usually do when they get together at night?
Tell ghost stories.
I don't know. Isn't that usually a summer thing?
Yeah, I think I'll have to disagree too.
Huh? Could it be that you're actually scared of ghost stories?
Stuff like in those stories actually happens in the mountains. That one time during shooting was enough for me.
What? Stop it!
Oh, our inn has a lot of spooky stuff too. Once, we asked a customer how he liked his room, and he said the restroom was too dark. But his room didn't have one. And sometimes when you take pictures in that room during Obon, they don't come out right.
Whoa, that's pretty creepy.
Oh, and I heard that Haniwa are occasionally found in the mountains around here. They say this entire area could have been a grave site long ago.
folklore has little valid scientific evidence, but is a result of cultural significance and strong story elements. Any ancient burial ground is likely just the site of a temple. So,
You're scared too?
yes.
This is starting to get pretty good. How are you in scary stories? Oh, so you got any special stories of your own up your sleeve?
Hey, we got max courage, baby.
I can't believe you guys! I'm having no part of this! I'm plugging my ears!
Would it be scarier to only hear bits and pieces of stories like that?
Shut up, Morangi! Why are you pushing so hard for us to tell ghost stories?
You stop calling me that, damn it!
Well, I'll start off then. Yukiko can go last. Her stories are off the charts creepy. Let's see. It was over 3 years ago. A friend of mine in middle school told me this. It seems his sister went to a pretty prestigious private school, but she ended up running with the wrong crowd. Supposedly, she and a bunch of other girls were bullying another girl in their class. He said that she'd come home every night and laugh over the phone with her friends about the kid they were harassing. One day, she suddenly came home with a pale face. Ever since then, she started locking herself up in her room. No matter how much he asked what was going on, she'd completely ignore him. But he could hear her mumbling. She'd keep saying to herself, "It's my turn next." My friend got worried, so he went to ask his sister's friends what was going on. But it turns out, all her friends had passed out for mysterious reasons and had been taken to the hospital.
Oh, that's a Persona 3 reference.
He was so scared that he didn't know what to do. That night, at around 11:30, suddenly his sister started screaming in her room.
I'm pretty sure that's Natsuki?
He ran into her room, and she was covering her ears and repeating, "She's calling me! I can hear her!" But my friend couldn't hear anything. And soon, his sister rushed out of the house. The next morning, she was found unconscious outside the school gates, just like her friends had been. In the end, she was taken to the hospital and recovered. But when he asked the people at school what happened, it seems the girl they were bullying was dead. They said that the girl must have become a spirit that haunted them one by one.
That's impossible. Your story is full of inconsistencies. Wait, but I think I've actually read a police report like that.
That's not denying it. You're supporting it.
Good job,
Wait,
Naoto.
Did she die? I think she turned up okay. Well, that doesn't matter. That wasn't bad for a leadoff, right? Well, you're next. What do you have in mind?
Yeah, they're talking about Fuka's character, like, introduction arc from P3.
You're gonna do this too, Senpai? You meanie.
As you tell them a story you know.
It sounds realistic when you tell it.
So? And then?
Come on, this isn't a ghost story anymore, is it? It's just a story about someone being kidnapped.
What was that?
I heard something just now.
That was unusual.
It's just our imaginations. Anyway, keep going. You can't just end it here. That'd be even scarier.
How to go Kashiwagi monster.
Whoa, that's freaky. Something about a nose that long?
Blackout?
Oh shit! Something just went past me!
I told you I didn't want to do this! Why didn't you listen to me?
Someone get the lights on! I can't take this anymore! Hurry!
Hang on. Where's the switch?
How dare you to think you're eating all the snacks while I'm gone? I'm gonna curse you.
Get him? Yeah, let's finish him off.
I'm sorry, Teddy. Only people have human rights.
Babes, what's come over you? Why are you so mad at me?
Hey, we're on a mountainside. We got a perfect place to bury him.
So it was Teddy. Damn it, he freaked us all out.
And what happened after that?
Night goes on. Second day of the ski trip. You say to spend your time on the slopes until the sun sets.
All right, time to hit the snow.
Someone's full of energy. You guys were up talking all last night, too.
How do you know about that? Don't tell me.
It's no surprise that they heard you, considering how loud you were. I told you over and over the walls were thin.
Oh, so that's all. I thought he might have been peeping. We were talking about some pretty risque stuff in there. Sorry, Kanji. Did you get a nosebleed all over your pillow?
Shut up. We want to listen to you hens clucking all night anyway.
I think I would. Just a little.
I may have done a little listening. I heard things about Nao-chan's size and Yuki-chan's shape.
Normal thing for girls to talk about.
Fine, Ted. We didn't talk about anything like that.
Wait, what about my shape? Have I changed somehow?
You're letting him get to you. You're being manipulated.
Geez, forget about it. Let's just enjoy our day skiing. Let's go, Senpai!
Hold it right there. Rise-san, don't you think you're being a little too, you've been hogging the same ski partner way too much?
Huh? But it works out so nicely. You and Yosuke-senpai are both on snowboards. Teddy and Yukiko-senpai keep taking the steep slopes and won't slow down for me. And Kanji seems to want to be with Naoto-kun.
Hey, what are you getting at?
So, it's only natural that I'd pair up with Senpai yesterday. He and I will take it slow. You don't have to worry about me. Come on, Senpai! Let's go!
Our logic is 100% ironclad. Showbiz people have amazing ways of persuading people.
Why are you impressed?
The reason we're on this trip is for all of us to make some good memories of spending time with Senpai. In other words, we should all be trying to have some skiing time with him.
Crap, you're right. You're right! I want to make memories with Senpai too!
Sometimes when you say things, I wonder if you have some hidden agenda behind them.
Then I'm not snowboarding today. I'm switching to skis.
Hey, that's no fair. I want to leave my ski tracks of love with Sensei too.
Hey! Why don't we let Senpai decide for himself? Be honest and just make the call.
And everyone's staring at you, so hopefully hurts.
Whoa, wait a sec, everyone. I don't like where this is headed. Some of you sound like you're out for blood. Let's all enjoy the slopes together, okay?
That would be best. I concur.
Thanks for not answering before I could get that under control.
I really wanted to ski with you.
No prob. You've got a partner who understands your needs. Well, let's go enjoy the slopes.
And to make today a fun day as well. Everyone is enjoying the slopes. Kanji is helping Naoto practice.
I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think there was anything you weren't good at, Naoto-kun. How's it going? Do you think you're ready to start going for real?
No, not at all.
Quit freaking out about it. Open up your legs and point your toes in, or else you're gonna speed up. Come on, keep your balance with your knees.
But if I stand with my feet further apart, I'll fall down for sure.
Like I keep saying, you'll be fine. Even if you do slide down, I'll catch you.
You're so nice, Kanji. You never said anything like that to me.
You already know how to ski. I don't have to teach you.
Well, if I ever do need someone to teach me, I definitely want someone nice like Senpai to do it. Right, Senpai?
They're doing that today too? It's more like falling than skiing.
Maybe they just don't know how to stop?
Well, they ain't dead yet, so I guess they can stop somehow.
It's Chie-senpai and Yosuke-senpai. Yoo-hoo!
Those two are looking good.
I'm so jealous that they can snowboard. People who are good at it can look so cool. But I'm definitely more into skiing with you right now, Senpai. I feel bad that we're in other people's way, so shall we get going?
Please, wait! Can you stay with me until I reach the bottom? I have no idea which way I'll end up going.
Okay, last one there's a rotten egg. See you at the bottom.
Wait! Weren't you listening? I can't turn or stop!
Don't worry, someone's going to be there to catch you. Right, Kanji?
Huh? That's what. Right!
I'll remember
Wait, that
you
actually
said
gives you
that.
points? What's the point of that?
But you can't catch me if I get there first.
Oh, it's still a long way down.
Jeez, you're too nervous now, Tokun. You just need to ski straight.
What the hell's he doing now? He's not even wearing skis!
I think I'm going to walk.
9 passes you. Have fun on the slopes. It's going to be setting soon. Who asked someone to accompany you down the slopes? Yeah, this actually changes the next scene as I recall. Said asked Rise to ski with you. You and Rise enjoy your time together on the mountain.
I think I've used up all my energy. But I think I'm looking pretty good. Were you watching?
Though Rise looks tired, she seems to be having fun.
I'm skiing with my friends. When I think back about how things were last year, I can barely believe this. I was in horrible condition last January. I spent my New Year's days off like a lifeless shell. My parents and friends were so worried about me that they didn't dare mention it. I was stuck in that horrible loop. But I have to thank fate. If I hadn't met you all this year, I might not even be here now. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up my past.
Gotta feel like she probably would prefer this option.
Of course! I'm happy that you brought that up, Senpai. But what should I do? I bet I won't be able to practice at all. Looks like the snow's really starting to fall. I think we should start heading back. Which way is the lodge again? I'm sorry, I just thought that you knew where we were going, so I
It
wasn't
looks
paying
like you're
attention.
on the course. Follow the fences?
You don't sound so sure. Well, it's not like we can get lost, right? We're not leaving the ski area after all. We still should hurry before it gets dark.
The snow is rapidly decreasing any visibility, so you had to somehow make your way to the lodge. Quite a bit, but the lodge is still nowhere to be seen. The snow seems to be coming down even harder now.
Senpai, you're walking too fast. Crap, I can barely see what's ahead. Could it possibly be that we're lost? Oh man, just standing around like this is freezing cold. It's so cold. This isn't good. I'm feeling kinda sleepy.
Oh, that's a bad thing.
I know. I mean, the snow and wind keep slapping me in the face. I don't don't think I could fall asleep anyway. Make sure you keep talking too, Senpai. Huh? Is that a house? Senpai, look! It's a cottage! Yes, we're saved! Hey, let's go ask who's ever there to let us in. Excuse me? Please help us!
There's no answer from inside.
Huh?
The door was unlocked, but there's no one inside.
It's dark in here. Is this place abandoned? But in any case, I'm glad we were lucky enough to find this place.
Rise looks anxious.
A little, but we're so much better now that we're out of the wind and snow. Do you have your phone, Senpai? I forgot to bring my charger on this trip, so my battery ran out this morning.
You do have your cell phone. If there's a signal, you may be able to call for help. Green reads no service. Seems there is no signal here.
No good? What should we do? I wonder when this blizzard's gonna calm down. If we end up stuck here all night, we're definitely gonna fall asleep, no matter how hard we try to stay awake. Hey, we could try something. You know, like what they do on TV when people are trapped in the cold?
Start a
Use each
fire.
other's body heat to stay warm. I mean, this is an emergency. I'm being serious. What in the world am I saying? Sorry, I'm going to calm down. But still, we need to think of a way to get warm. Hey, what's this thing? Isn't it one of those, what do you call them? A stove? A hearth? Someplace to put a fire in. Senpai, do you have a lighter? No, of course you wouldn't. But maybe we'll find something to light if we look around in here.
Find old newspapers and some matches. After some effort, you manage to get a fire started in the hearth.
It's so warm. At least we'll be okay for the time being. Oh, I know. How's that? It'll be warmer if we do this. I wonder where we are. We did a lot of walking. But now that we're safe, this is actually kind of fun. Just the two of us, snowed in a little cottage. Oh, now that I'm all warm, I'm starting to get a little sleepy. Well, I guess it's okay to fall asleep here in the warm cabin. You might even try something funny on me. Hey, Senpai? Did that turn on just now? Why? Oh, yeah, you're right. Whoa, hey, Senpai? Senpai, are you serious? This is no place to be messing around like that. Look out! You don't want to go too far.
Suggest a dialogue!
What are you guys doing? We can't let a teen idol get caught doing stuff like this!
Stop! The entire country will turn against you!
Yosuke-senpai, everyone!
Huh? They're still dressed.
Why would they take off their clothes in this freezing weather? And dude, why are you guys so flustered? What is up with you guys?
Do I really have to spell it out for you?
Rise-chan, don't tell me. Were you waiting for an audience? What daring lovers! How shameless! You're no different from your shadow. But okay, I'll take a front row seat and...
Shut up, you stupid bear! Wait, why did you all rush in here? Were you listening to us from outside?
No, I mean, not on purpose. It would have been awkward to interrupt before, but
I can't believe this. This was a matter of life and death!
we were worried about you.
Anyway, what were the two of you doing shoving each other around in here?
It's the TV.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Come on, guys, don't try that lame excuse on us.
It's true. Senpai tried to go into the TV, so I'm not lying.
And we're staring at you in contempt. Just explain what happened just now.
Huh. So you got lost, found this building, and then things started heating up.
That's not the point here.
But you're not denying that happened.
The TV turned on, but it's not even plugged in. It made no sense, so we thought we'd check it out. Please. If I wanted to be alone with him, I wouldn't have to manufacture some crisis out here in the mountains like this.
But this building is right behind the lodge, though.
This is a storage shed. It's kept unlocked because the workers are always needing to come in here.
It's not like there's a blizzard or anything.
And why would the TV turn itself on? That whole case is over. Maybe you just saw a reflection from the ski lights or something.
What? Come on, we don't need to assume that they're lying about this. We might as well check it out.
Hey, wait a sec.
Oh, hi, Margaret.
Let it go!
Power. At this rate.
That hurt. Huh? What the hell is
These are.
Haniwa, it seems.
My. Excuse me. Please forgive the slightly impolite invitation.
Whoa, she's beautiful.
Now's not the time for gawking. I think she's the one who grabbed me. Who is she? You know her?
I would call her sweetheart.
Friend? What type of friend is she? You got one mysterious life.
Forgive me for not introducing myself sooner. We meet for the first time. My name is Margaret.
And although I look human, I'm pretty much
I am
not.
a helper on this young man's journey. I meant you no harm.
Well, can we trust her?
I see.
Do you remember? I have come to fulfill my promise. Yes, I have come to guide you. I apologize for the amount of time it required me to prepare.
It only took me about a month. It has to be taken to where Marie is. Is she here?
This is the Hollow Forest, the closed realm, created by her in the TV world, the world of the human mind. It would seem that after Marie left us, she shut herself in here. I do not know everything. But as you know, she was searching for her memory. And by opening her heart to you, she finally regained that memory. It would seem that what she found was not what she had been hoping for.
Whoa, hold on. What is this all about? Marie? You mean Marie-chan? The one who was with you?
I remember her. That fashionable girl with the hat, right?
What do you mean she's here? And what was that about her memory?
Everyone's worried about Marie. What should you do? And that Marie had lost her memory and that she's currently missing.
Emi-chan has amnesia?
We are inside the TV right now, correct? A missing person ending up in the TV.
Don't tell me. I mean, we put an end to all that.
I do not think this is the same situation. I believe Marie's disappearance is unrelated to the kidnapping incident you all were following. She was not taken away by someone, rather she came here of her own volition.
She willingly came here. Does that mean Marie-san has the persona ability as well?
No, Marie is originally a resident of this side.
What kind of girl were you showing around town?
Hold on. This is inside the TV, right? Then, aren't there shadows in here?
You're kidding me. That means...
He's right. If she were to be attacked by shadows,
She would utterly destroy him.
I will not say that she is not in danger. However, the same goes for you. If you are to proceed ahead and search for Marie, you must have adequate resolution. The path ahead will be relentless. You alone will not be able to reach her. If you wish to see her again, then it is my role to help you. And to do so, I decided to invite everyone who has accompanied you on your journey here.
I see. I was wondering why you didn't bring just our leader here. Now I understand. You're giving us all the information and letting us choose what to do from here. You aren't here to stop us.
Why would you assume she's here to stop us?
Exactly.
One more thing. Well, this isn't going to affect whether or not I plan to help, but you are also like Marie-san? A resident of this side?
The human mind contains more than shadows. I believe you all witnessed that in your last battle.
Are you talking about those things that came out of Namatame and Adachi-san? Well, they were different from the shadows we know about.
It does not matter how you choose to interpret it. What you see and what you believe are up to you. I know that you can supply yourselves with answers, as I know that you have been capable of coming this far. One more thing. As I just said, the Hollow Forest was originally a closed realm. It is not the case now, but in time, this place will seal itself again.
In other words, we can't come in and out of here forever?
Exactly. It would seem that little time remains before the Hollow Forest completes itself. Once that time has passed, this place will be closed forever, and you will never be able to visit here again. If that happens, Marie's existence will be entirely expunged from your memories.
We'll lose our memories.
Hey, what the hell are you talking about? Oh, she's just gonna up and vanish from our heads?
I understand your conviction, but the chances of that are quite low. The closing of this forest marks the fact of Marie's erasure. Any memories you have of Marie will disappear, and you will return to your peaceful days.
No! This doesn't make sense!
I merely have come to fulfill my promise. What you do is up to you. I have made a link from the television in the mountain cabin to this world. That is the only conduit through which you may reach this place.
Huh? So we can't get here through the TV and Juness?
Exactly. This world and your world's screens are linked, place to place. It is a fact.
I can't smell the other places from here. It really isn't connected.
I am repeating myself, but it was Marie who shut herself in this world. There is no need for you to think that you must risk your lives for her. I am sure she would not wish that either. Please, treasure the normal lives you have. That is what Marie would want. Now, if you would excuse me.
Hey, wait! Please?
It's a TV. The same type as the one in the cabin.
I wonder what it leads
This must be the
to.
exit, like the ones Teddy has.
So now what?
What else? That Marie chick is in here, right? If she's in danger of being attacked by shadows, then we've got to get in there and find her.
Hold on. It might not be that simple. Let us leave for now, at any rate. We cannot blindly run ahead so suddenly.
Yeah. Plus, we're totally not prepared, right? If we're gonna do it, let's get ready and take this on full force.
It's smart to leave and at least try to, get our usual weapons and armor and all that.
Ow! Ugh, who was pushing me?
Shut it. There's 8 of us, and it's a tiny frickin' TV.
Oh, I dented my head in. Anybody want to touch it?
No.
What are you guys clowning around for? Come on, get up. We got a meeting to hold.
We do? What are we gonna talk about?
I don't know. But we always have one, right?
I guess she just wanted to be the one to say it.
Yeah, it would really mess with my head if Chie-senpai was coming up with good plans.
Shut up! That's rude, you know.
Doesn't make it
Oh,
less
was a
true.
surprise. You know that whole Marie being from the other side thing?
Wait, so the TV world is the world of the human mind, huh? It's not really sinking in, though.
I couldn't even tell.
No, it couldn't have been helped. That sort of thing isn't something that can be easily explained to others. It would be like the first time I met all of you. The issue here is Marie-san's motive. Why would she risk her life to shut herself in a place like that?
I could see it if she was thrown in like we were, but why would she do that to herself?
Yeah, that blue chick did say Marie lost her memory.
Maybe she remembered something that made her do that.
Hey, I just thought of something. If the world she's in closes, she'll disappear from our memories, right? Isn't that the same as dying?
What? Wait, you mean she's trying to?
I don't know, but it just feels that way to me.
She wants to kill herself and make us forget about her? She's erasing her own existence?
I think Emi-chan's like me. I was really worried when I couldn't figure out who I was. When I finally found out I was a shadow, it was traumatizing. I don't think Emi-chan's a shadow, but I think she feels the same way I did. That she shouldn't exist.
Teddy.
Atmosphere's heavy. What should you do?
Senpai, you're right. I can kind of understand how she feels. Not having anyone know the real you, being alone all the time. Even when someone's friendly to you, you feel like there's something wrong. If I didn't meet all of you, I might have thought the same as her.
Same shit with me. I was always being misunderstood, so I toughened up and started biting back. I was scared that no one would accept the real me if I ever showed it to them. In the end, I couldn't even admit it when I was showing myself. Pointless.
Yeah, we're all like that. Everybody's suffering in some way.
Yes, but we were able to change. No matter how much we hated ourselves, we were able to face it and accept it. Because we had dear friends.
Yeah, I know now. There's nothing to be afraid of. We're the only ones that can save Marie-chan. If she's really thinking the same way we were, we have to go stop her.
That's that then. We should find out exactly what we're getting into first. It's better to know anything than to go in knowing nothing. It'll at least.
We should devote a day to it. Teddy, Rise-san, can you scan that world? From the usual spot, of course. The rest of us should rest up to prepare for the exploration. If there are shadows in there, then we can't avoid fighting them.
All right, let's do this! Oh, this takes me back. Even though it hasn't been that long since we finished the other stuff.
Yeah, all right. It's Super Sniffy time together with Rise-chan. My Super Ultra Mega Hyper Uber Teddy Nose can pick up even the slightest scent. But this skill is not without its drawbacks. After 3 minutes, I get just an ungodly amount of snot.
Ew!
Hey, don't damage the bear before showtime. At least he's actually useful in a fight.
How rude! What do you mean, at least?
Let's regroup at school, okay?
And are thinking back to the way things used to be. According to Margaret, there isn't much time before that place closed. You must find Marie quickly or you will never be able to see her again. It's about Marie, but first you should get a grasp of the situation at hand. Return to the lodge and pack your bags to return home. Hurry to school.
Ugh, it's cold. Oh well, let's start the meeting.
First, allow me to report. Just in case, I've checked for missing people in the local jurisdiction to see if anyone may have wandered in there. 0 results. There are no missing person requests either. It seems that this place really doesn't have anything to do with our previous case.
Hey, no fair! You said to rest, and yet you went and did research. But I went and checked the newspaper, too. I looked for any news of missing people, but there wasn't any.
I also tried asking our suppliers and customers if there was anything going on, but there aren't any rumors.
Ditto. I asked around at work, but didn't come up with anything. You can't underestimate the housewife network.
Yeah, I tried talking with some former punks, but didn't get jack.
Considering that none of us could find evidence, perhaps it's safe to say that no one has wandered in accidentally. But more important is whatever Teddy and Rise-san found. How did your search go?
I can feel that hollow forest really far away, but that's it.
I couldn't sense Emi-chan's presence at all.
That place, it's big. I'm glad we didn't just jump in there without making sure we were ready for it.
The Hollow Forest, huh? Is that place also affected by the mind of the person inside? If that's the case, then did Marie-chan make that area?
Hollow Forest. We heard that phrase before. In the last battle, right?
I was wondering the same thing. Amino Sagiri mentioned it. The place that gave birth to those who answer the desires and wishes for lies of humans. Was that it?
Hold on. Are you saying that the image in Marie-chan's mind is the same force that created that monster? What's going on here?
Hell? Who is she exactly?
Our objective is to save her, but it doesn't seem like things will end there. If she is related to those monsters, then we need to do more research. What is she trying to do? Who is she really? It seems we have no choice but to go see her and find the truth directly from her.
Yeah, let's do it! Whoever she is, we're not letting her die like this.
That's right! I'm burning up! Ah!
Right, let's do it. We don't know what she's bummed about, but we'll save her.
Everyone's hearts have come together.
Wait a sec! If I come and save Emi-chan, that's like an arrow straight through the heart, right? What should I do? I'm not ready for this.
Dude, I can't tell if you're being a creeper or not.
I think we can err on the side of yes. Let's hurry to the mountain. You hurry to the mountain cabin to save Marie. Get to the Hollow Forest by entering this TV. Let's hurry up and jump in there then. That place is gonna get closed off soon, right? Yeah, Margaret person said it was definitely going to happen. I think we're still okay for today, but I can sense it getting further and further away. I mean, we have no idea what'll happen tomorrow. That is quite likely. It was a completely different place until very recently. There's no guarantee that we'll be able to enter it tomorrow. We must do something about it today. Might be a bit tough, but we gotta do this. Come on, let's save Marie-chan today.
All right.
So yes, you only have today to do this dungeon. It's snowing? Oh, you're right. This isn't snow. Those are flower petals. Hear a voice from somewhere. Listen to my voice, my shouting, bellowing voice. Here I am, pouring my blood into my words, yelling at the very edge of the world. I am the Little Mermaid, unable to return. The Little Mermaid fades to foam. The Little Mermaid. Is that Marie-chan's voice? She sounds so sad. Oh, we get the fox up here. Do we have any? We have a little bit of extra space. I hear a voice from somewhere. Where am I going? You asked no stupid question. I don't need a map. Throw away my compass. My heart will show me the way. I walk by myself. Am I not alone? You ask? Yeah, right. I scorn the company of my own shadow. And try and hold me down while die magnificently in front of you. No one can break my wings. That was Marie-chan's. It's her freaking poems. Senpai, look, all your items are gone! Marie-chan just said, I don't need anything, I just walked by myself. Is this place being affected by Marie-chan's denial? Senpai, be careful, this place is definitely strange. Can't put my finger on it, but I've been having a bad feeling ever since we got here. So, yeah. As you can see, our weapons are now... We have one armor. We do get these, which are pretty nice. Yeah, we even lose our costumes too. Everyone just gets strange gear. These shadows here. Wait, that's not what I meant. There are shadows here. I can feel them, but I don't see them. Get to the gimmick.
The enemy's weak to darkness. It's doomed.
Soda!
I get it now. The shadows can attack when you cut the rope here. Senpai, stay alert. Hold on, everyone's spirit is really depleted. Why? Why are you so exhausted? Yeah, after every fight, we basically lose half our SP. Kanji and Chie, I imagine, can do great here since they use HP. And of course, Risei's effect still goes off. Although I think it goes off, like, before the... like, the SP reduction happens.
Oh, so that one's weak to darkness.
Oh, really?
You're on a roll, Senpai. 2 defeated.
I guess if you really want to, you can just hang around and fight with only one left in order to try and restore your SP, you know? Enjoy. There we go, you do want to try to get chess keys. Notice you gain spirit during battle. Maybe you can use that to stay ahead of the battles to come. Maybe you could recover a little more, though. You really want to watch out for gold chests because they can actually have better recovery stones in them. Oh, that might be one. Yep. We'll give this one to Teddy. Say Teddy and Yukiko should be priority for this since they're they're more of our healers, you know? Get some other new items. Escape from the devil with that. You also want to be keeping an eye out for items that cause break status. Or because the final boss kind of has a douchey gimmick to it.
Weak to darkness. It's enemy defeated. You're off to a good start.
No joy.
Counting on you! Okay!
Places, everyone. And action.
You guys better keep up!
Yeah, go,
Look at more for cups. You also want to avoid grabbing levers as hard as possible in here. Does that prevent you from getting drops at the end of fights? Ooh, hey, Windbreaker, nice. You can fight while waiting to recover, but it's pretty tiring if all the battles are going to be like this. What do we do?
Nice! There's an enemy weak to win!
Counting on you! Persona!
Enemy down!
Good answer!
Showtime!
It never
Are you
even
ready?
really gets to Yukiko or Teddy's turn.
Knock him out!
Oh, we can't get them all. Dang it. Hey, we got a free grief stone there. Where to use the items you get from treasure chests and beating shadows. Check and see if they have anything you can use. Grief stone is basically like a dying tear spell each turn, I think. Unless you're me with the chakra ring on. Oh wait, we don't have the chakra. Right, never mind. Yeah, it's basically a dying tear spell. And let's move her. Xiaoxu, where are we? What's with this place? City is just freaking out.
Nice! There's an enemy weak to win!
Persona!
Hey, you're longer. I don't get money from these fights, so who cares?
I climbed the stairway to maturity.
Man, your Setsune has insane agility. Oh, turn around already, dang it. Just going into a freaking wall.
That enemy's weak to wind! Blow him away!
Amazing what you can do when you don't need to use magic for your strats. Oop, first gold chest. There's the problem with the gold chest, the fact that you need to get freaking temperance cards in order to actually get keys. Hey, Thor. My lightning breaker. We need more of those. Really?
Persona!
Oh, that's nice.
Persona!
Oh, that's annoying.
2 enemies left. Don't lower your guard now. Enemy defeated.
One more, Yosuke! All right.
Killed Dotaku? What the heck's a Dotaku? Hey, we got an armor. Give that to Teddy. Again, healer, so he gets a bit priority for that. Dang it. Now if we get another temperance card, we know where to go.
So that one's weak to darkness.
Like it matters. Key? No keys. Dang it. Anything interesting from this? Oh, Belial. Got any better? Oh, we have. Oh, these recover 50 SP to everybody. Should probably, save those. Oh, so the Dotaku are basically Magatama. Dang it. To say, turn around already. Oh, right, we have Hermit on. Duh.
So that one's weak to darkness.
We're having better frickin' luck hitting things than we were before.
Nice! There's an enemy weak to darkness.
Ooh, icebreaker. On. Greenstone. Oh. Not as good as the Griefstones. But I guess that means we ain't opening those chests. For mornings when I can't see, spicy mint tea for... eh. What is all this stuff Marie-chan's saying? What does it mean? Marie-chan's poem. Maybe it's because of this place, but I feel that those words have some deeper meaning. Apparently we can climb whatever the heck that is. Alright.
Enemy's weak to wind. Blow him away. Here comes a pick-me-up.
Andy.
Enemy down.
Okay. Out of our way.
Just key. Ah, really don't want to get the you don't get items one. Oh, hey, paint stone. That's an upgrade for Yosuke's then. Oh crap. Oh, different ones.
Ooh, that one doesn't like physical attacks.
Oh, is that right? Son of a bitch. Oh, you guys have a type, don't ya?
Oh no, Teddy's poisoned. Enemy down. That's the way,
more,
Yosuke-senpai. Enemy down.
Let's go!
It's showtime. Are you ready?
All right, here goes.
Go! Beat him up!
Okay, so you're being the tricksy bitches, aren't ya? I haven't seen this yet.
What? Yukiko-senpai? Boy, if looks could kill.
What? I can't defeat it.
Persona!
That's the way, senpai. Do some more damage.
Some revival beads. Love stone. 16 SP a turn.
That enemy's weak to wind. Blow him away. That's great, senpai. You really get me going. Yosuke
Oh, that definitely
senpai,
worked.
Cool? No way. It's over. There. I'm on a roll.
You can have Rio and recover from that one fight where everyone was poisoned. I'm like the only one who's really guaranteed any kind of SP recovery at this point. Alright. We found the stairs. Ah, we'll take him. Yeah. Yeah, John craves, but look over there, that's the Juno sign, isn't it? The other stuff from the shopping district here and there. What does this all mean? I think we're in kind of in like one of those set kind of floors, aren't we? Because I'm noticing we aren't seeing shadows. Probably gonna run. Oh. Yep.
The enemy's weak to darkness. It's Go, senpai! Keep up the streak! You're on a roll, senpai! 2 defeated! Go, senpai! You rock!
Counting on you! Persona! That's my truth!
Or wait, pink stones? I don't remember how good those were or not. I guess someone like Zane would actually be a good one for this dungeon, wouldn't he? I feel like we really need to keep Zio down. And at level 82, he can remove his weakness, apparently.
We got one
Oh,
weak
whoops.
to electricity.
Counting on you.
Keep it up, Yosuke Senpai. 2 defeated. It's over.
More pain and grief stones? Oh. See. Yeah. Our next tier is love. Oh, dang it. Don't have the keys for you.
It's weak to electricity. Zap it. You're
My
a
counter,
Senpai.
really?
2 defeated.
Counting on you. Someone else's turn.
It's over.
Dang it. Oh no, wait, this doesn't actually work here. I guess one option you also have is like run through the dungeon with like your B team if you've been raising them. And then at the end you bring out the A squad for the actual boss fight, who haven't actually lost their SP all that much. Dang it. Not the ones we really want. I still got a level, nice. Well, so the big things about these kind of floors is just like, can you get through this these floors with like the fewest amount of like fights? Just like a straight path between those two. Oh, that just leads back here. Fine then. Then again, I do indeed have freaking Yoshitsune, so this dungeon is definitely way easier than it could be.
It's weak to electricity.
Oh, I just cut him. There we go. Oh, we got a chest key. Yeah, hi Seth. I think there's 10 floors to this dungeon. That's why we can't have nice
Ooh, that one
things.
doesn't like physical attacks.
Soda.
Yusuke Senpai's poisoned.
Counting on you.
Enemy
I
defeated.
think there's any big follow-up spell someone can do on poison opponents.
I can't defeat it. There's Soda!
Hey! Oh, dang it. Couldn't keep the sweep going. Yeah, it's the middle. He's a level 70.
I'll get strong too.
Wind. Damn it. Yeah, resist wind. Guess I'll put it on. That doesn't cover anybody here's weakness. Need lightning or ice.
That enemy's weak to wind. Blow him away.
Alright, I leveled up!
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but of course it's a fight.
That enemy's weak to wind. Blow him away. 3 enemies defeated. You're so cool, Senpai.
Takehaya Susanoo! Okay, let's go.
God damn it.
Look out! It's immune to physical attacks.
I'm aware for those two, but oh dang it.
Enemy defeated. You're off to a good start.
More hope for the two in the back, but whatever.
Takehaya Susanoo! Okay,
Is everyone ready? Get set.
you guys better keep up!
Yeah, go, go, go!
Okay then. There we go. I think I've gotten Horse and Carter Takea. Can't remember if I've actually made them though.
I leveled up.
Yukiko with her ridiculous freaking magic stat. Slightly better than the Grief Stone.
Nice. There's an enemy weak to wind. Go, Senpai. Keep up the streak.
An Eberose I know I've gotten before, and hello. Oh well. And oh, it's another wind. You're messing with me now, game, aren't you?
That enemy's weak to wind. Blow him away.
Come on.
Enemy defeated. You're off to a good start.
Throw down!
2 enemies left. Don't lower your guard now.
Why do I still have Miragi on? Well, that's what I did for Burning Petals. Oh well. I was a moron apparently, but I guess keeper spell for her to cast here.
Let's ready.
Yeah, no. I am not taking anything with a freaking skill level up. No. rarely goes well.
Oh, that's not good. Darkness won't work.
Persona!
Enemy defeated. You're off to a good start.
Throw down! That's some thick skin.
Oh, he resists that, alright.
Sheesh! Here! Just 2 left. Come on, this fight's not over. Yukiko-senpai beats the enemy in style.
It's so stubborn!
Your persona. Senpai, hang in there.
There we go.
You hit the enemy's weakness.
Okay! Out of our way!
Oh, you're just gonna be a pain in the butt, aren't you?
Gee,
Definite pain in the butt.
let's go, Sumeo Mikami! Awesome as usual, Yukiko-senpai. Amazing, Yukiko-senpai. 2 defeated so far.
So how many turns does this guy get?
You hit the enemy's weakness.
Good answer!
Is everyone ready? Get set.
All right, here goes!
Go! Beat him up! I couldn't do it.
Here goes, Teddy!
Aye, aye, sir!
Direct hit! That should do it!
One enemy.
Oh wait, that's not what I meant to hit.
What? More of them? Gee. It's over. Enemy down. Great
Yukiko.
work, Yukiko-senpai. Amazing, Yukiko-senpai. 2 defeated. What? Come, Kozeon.
That was appreciated. Oh wait.
Enemy
Okay,
down.
that doesn't really help. Might as well just use basic physicals.
Yep, leave it to us!
Yeah, go, go, go!
I think we're actually doing more damage with each freaking all-out attack we do.
Let's go!
Or is that just because Risei showed up for the last couple? It's because of Risei. He doubles that, dang.
What? More of them? Gee. Go with the pedals. You hit the.
Let me hand. Here goes!
Yosuke-senpai was cool? No way. Enemy down.
Okay!
Is everyone ready? Get set.
You guys better keep up!
Go! Beat him up! Enemy down.
Really hoping this guy has like a crazy drop.
Out of our way!
What's its problem? More incoming.
Interesting choice there.
Don't miss! Enemy down.
Sweet,
Great work,
Yukiko!
Senpai. It's over. 2 enemies.
Everyone
left.
basically like absorbs their own element, so Mikara card really isn't that big of a threat.
Down.
Gotcha!
Is everyone ready? Get set.
Time for some cake!
Go! Beat him up!
No, not really all that great. Of course, we're not actually allowed to like run away from fights in these kind of areas. Oh, hey, we found the way down. Good. How many of those do we got? Oh, hey. Yeah, we got 7 Cento petals, so we're gonna be fine on SP once we actually reach the boss room. Yes. Alright, looks like we still have a ways to go. Don't let your guard down! Oh, and we're back to standard dungeon fare.
It's weak to electricity.
Persona!
You're on a roll, Senpai. 2 defeated.
Counting on you! Persona! Someone else's turn.
1 enemy to go. Keep it up. There.
There we go. Oh hey, Olilot! I haven't actually gotten Olilot yet. I do wish that after this was over we could actually keep some of the stuff we find here. Could you imagine getting to keep something like the Love Stone? Just 16 freaking SP regeneration a turn.
Immune to ice.
You still
Roll,
suck.
Senpai. 2 defeated. Here comes a pick-me-up.
Counting on you! Damn, it's not going down.
1 enemy to go. It's over. Keep it up.
Really?
Bear soda.
That works. More sets for Yoshitsude.
It's level up time.
Yeah, cause Kondeon really needs more levels for all the fighting it doesn't do.
Whoa, we got
Soda.
1 weak to electricity. 3 enemies defeated. You're so cool, Senpai.
Throw down!
Really?
It's over. There. So persistent. Last one. Bear soda.
Want that. Temperance! That's what I'm really looking for. Well, that in cups. Either of those is always good. Okay, perfect.
Be careful. There's an ice immune enemy. You're on a roll, Senpai.
Why do I always miss at least one of you?
Counting on you! Persona! Someone else's turn.
Last one. Persona. Go for it. Bear soda.
Oh, hell no. Nope, not getting that. Could you imagine how horrible it would be if Yoshitsune lost Hasatobi? Well then! We have officially lost Yosuke and Teddy's weaknesses. We only need a nice one now. I wonder if these one defense armors would actually be worth using outside of here. You know, just for the fact that it can get rid of weaknesses. Although as I recall, like the last boss. Yep, don't have something for that. Last boss primarily uses almighty shit. Really, because good luck trying to kill Rion with any kind of actual elemental damage.
You're on a roll, Senpai. Dude. Here comes a pick-me-up. It's weak to wind. This'll be a breeze. Just 2 left. Come on, this fight's not over. 2 enemies down.
All right.
Is everyone ready? Get set.
All right, here goes.
Go! Speed him up!
Chess key! We can only pick one, so we'll grab the chess key. And these guys are back.
Careful. There's an ice-immune enemy. Awesome, Senpai. You really hit it hard. 2 enemies down. Keep going, Senpai. Awesome, Senpai.
I cannot hit the freaking... like, mass paper crane one.
3 enemies defeated. You can win this. Just don't... There! I can't defeat it. 1 enemy to go. Keep it up.
So stubborn.
There we go. Well, hi there. I'm not entirely sure how much we actually got. Well, then again, we did have our, like, SP halved after that, I think. Ooh, another love stone. I'm gonna think about it. With the love stone, we can actually cast Maragi on without actually like losing SP. Well, net, I should say. Ah, dang it. I guess each floor, like, just has one type of gold chest? Yes. Hey, Senpai, you said that Marie-chan found the memories that you've forgotten, right? So, then this place is her memory? That's sad, but I can't explain how. It's a bamboo tank!
That one's immune to fire. You're on a roll, Senpai. Win.
Counting on you. Persona!
You
Now.
Aw. I am not ever really planning on ditching Yoshitsune, so why not give him more strength for even stronger Hasatobis? Really? Aw.
All right, let's get him. Just
Works for me.
come on, this fight's not over. Two enemies down.
Good answer.
Is everyone ready? Get set.
You guys better keep up.
Go! Knock him out!
Ah, dang it. Wasn't sure if I'd be able to just, like, go through all of them here.
Whoa there! That one's immune to ice. You're on a roll, Senpai. 2 defeated.
Throw down.
Ah, here we go. How many breaker items do we got? The one we're lowest on is ice. Just, you know, Teddy stuff. It's good to know that, well, like, Yukiko and Yosuke will be able to do pretty decent damage. Probably a good idea to actually, like, I don't know. Oh, actually, I guess Satan would probably be one of our best ones for fighting the boss here. Since, you know, almighty, and she repels everything else. So, by process of eliminate, well, then again, she might also be one of those rare almighty resistors. Just to be a jackass. Or should have played with her gimmick.
Watch it. That one's immune to fire. Enemy defeated.
Yeah, this one's weak to wind, so.
2 enemies down.
Okay.
Places, everyone. And action.
Yep. Leave it to us.
Go! Knock him out!
Definitely want this. Ah, wait, dang it, yep. Anyway, some icebreakers. Yeah, that's a dead end.
Be careful. There's an enemy immune to fire.
Soda.
You're on a roll, Senpai. 2 defeated.
Throwdown! Persona!
You hit the enemy's weakness.
Now, all right!
It's showtime! Are you ready?
You guys better keep up!
Yeah! Go, go, go!
Dang it. Not much really worthwhile picking up there. We finally found the freaking stairs. Is it just me, or do we keep running into this exact same formation over and over again here?
All right, let's get him!
Let's go, Takehaya Susanoo!
Enemy down.
Now's our chance! Good answer!
Is everyone ready? Get set!
You guys better keep up!
Yeah! Go, go, go!
Well then. Is there anybody who really likes getting the frickin' skill up ones? At least it's a different formation this time.
There's an ice immune enemy. Senpai, that was perfect!
Keep it up, Sensei!
Senpai, you really get me going. And
Really?
you're off to a good start. Use this one's
The fire.
it's weak.
Counting on you! Persona! It's not going down!
Persona!
Yeah, it's almost like I planned for this.
Be gone!
Oh, really? Flex ice, dang it.
I'll get it next time!
Alright, more fruits. Those are the full recoveries. Ooh, love stone. Yeah, obviously I get the next one. Yosuke can have the fourth. I think there's a one higher that can recover 20 SP a turn. Don't quote me on that. I kind of remember there being a 21. Oh, we've reached the bottom.
Look! There's somebody over there!
Oh no, there's just like the meeting the shadow scene.
Who's there?
That voice. Marie-chan? We've been looking for you. What's with that getup? Something wrong?
Stay back.
That's right, Marie-chan. We're all here to take you back home. Come on, let's go, okay?
I am home, dumbass.
I have no home. You don't get it.
Dude, that eye.
I can't believe it. Why do you come? Why?
Marie-chan, listen. We don't know what memories have come back to you or how bad they are. But nothing good's gonna happen if you lock yourself away in here.
We know we're being meddlesome, but we want to help you.
Meddlesome. That's one word for it. You thought I was in danger, didn't you? That I might get killed by the shadows. It'd be better that way. This is a grave. My grave. I'm going to die here.
Yeah, Senpai's right. We won't let that happen to you.
Shut up! You don't know anything.
Emi-chan?
Emmy, Marie, neither of those is my name. I remember everything. My real name is Kasumi no Okami. You guys fought Kunino Sagiri and Amino Sagiri, right? I'm the same as them. I'm your enemy. One of the ones who covered your town with fog.
Marie-chan is our enemy? No way!
You serious? Kunino Sagiri and Amino Sagiri were those...
I remember them too. They're those guys that came out from Adachi Baby and that Namatame guy.
Did you think we forgot, game?
That's what you remember?
That's right. Sneaking into the human world. Sensing the will of man. My role was to inform the Sagiri what the wish of the people was. That's why I'm the only one of them that looks human. Even without my memory, my body fulfilled my role. In your words, I'm a spy.
You were spying without knowing it?
But then why didn't you like transmit our intentions more so than anybody else's, since, you know, we're the ones you hung out with?
So cruel.
Do you understand now? Plus, I'll tell you something good. If I don't die, then your world will disappear. So, don't come chasing me.
Marie-chan!
Our world will disappear.
What does she mean by that? We know that she's one of those monsters, like the ones that came from within Adachi-san and Namatame. She may have a valid reason for shutting herself in this area.
Now's not the time for deduction! She is trying to kill herself! We can't leave her like this!
Yes. Either way, we cannot leave her be. Let us hurry.
Yeah, we're back in one of these areas.
Oh, that's not good. Darkness won't work.
Work on... Oh, well, physical work... Okay, it
The
does.
enemy's weakness.
Apparently that was hitting weakness, alright.
Whatever you say.
What does Nigidola do? Oh, decent damage. Ah, dang it. More stones and seeds. We don't have a key.
Oh, that's
Hey,
not
why is
good.
this sucker
Darkness
alone?
won't work. It's weak to fire. This'll be easy.
Yeah, mob spells? Like, well, mob basic spells. Masatobi still works. Ooch. There's a half XP. The chest card. Nothing else really good. I should have grabbed endurance, shouldn't I? No.
Ooh, a
Oh,
rare
hi.
one. Don't let it get away.
He doesn't actually have mind charge on him.
Last one. Go for it.
Let the winds blow!
basically Mediarama in terms of power. Alright.
So persistent.
Hey, not bad, Teddy. Keep it up.
Well, that's one way to T-pose to assert dominance.
So persistent.
I can't defeat it!
There you go. I was about to say, better not tell me that we fail to kill this thing like this, right? Alright, Anapaka! Oh, we can actually get... Eh. We haven't gotten money from anything else down here, now that I think about it. I'm more assuming this is for like a drop? Oh, okay. We get a frickin' wind one again. I can't really grab that. From how this place is formed. I feel like the exit's probably down this way. Gold chest. I guess I was kinda right. Since the gold hand dropped a freaking armor for us. Can I do that? I think there is.
Oh, that's not good. Darkness won't work.
Asatobi still works. Well, at least, you know, keep up the sweep. And then firebreakers. Right, okay. Thought it would have something leading off to the south for that chest there, but I was wrong.
Whoa there. That one's immune to ice. You're on a roll, Senpai. 2 defeated. You can...
Lightning and ice for this one. Or lightning and wind, I am an idiot.
Enemy down.
Ready or not, here we come!
What are we really looking for? Oop, here we go. Went through the trouble of getting a fight in here, so might as well grab this. Hello! That's just what we freaking needed. Alright. Oh, we're all good armor-wise. Just a straight line connecting those. That's...
Uh-oh. That one's immune to darkness. work. One enemy to go. Keep it up.
I don't know how I'm handling this. Really?
Hey, not bad, Teddy. Keep it up.
Salvation is our only option for freaking recovery from status ailments with her. Not interested in doing it with Teddy at the moment since I want to at least mod with Kunda. Or I guess I could mod Tower Gotcha. Same effect either way. Are you kidding me? Why does that always freaking happen? And seriously?
Wake up. There.
That's only a 20% chance to happen, and yet it's happened every time I've done a physical attack so far. What that game? Okay, what does Black Viper do with a normal hit? How much? Do roughly as much with a physical hit, okay.
Persona.
Seriously, 20% chance. Is that what's supposed to be? Oh wait, not Brave Blade. And why do I miss so much? Okay, Gabe, do you lie about how that works? Either that or my luck is in rare form today. There we go.
Someone else's turn.
Great freaking panic. There we go. That fight was annoying. Loneliness stone, huh? Oh, 22. Okay, I was wrong on how high it went. Actually goes even further beyond. Now we're all up to love stones, I guess. And we found the exit. Michan said that she'll need to die or her world will disappear. Senpai, what would you... I shouldn't ask you that at the time of this. This is the time for that kind of thinking. Michan's trying to die. We can't leave her like that, right, Senpai? Let's go! Now we're back to facing shadows. I think we're just about, like, good on, like, items, really. Trying to just get through would probably be the best option.
It's no good on this one. Go, Senpai, you rock!
Throw down.
Perfect. Although I guess we don't need armors anymore. Seriously, Yoshitsune's so good. Hey, another firebreaker. Sorry, making room for Kiba on my bed. For some reason, he really doesn't like getting up on my bed when I got, like, my blankets up there. Hi, Kiba, what's up with that? Ooh, here we go.
Physical attacks won't work on.
Okay, then.
Two enemies left. Don't lower your guard now.
Oh, wait. I thought it was on Mahamon, but that was Megiddo alone. Oops.
Here comes a pick-me-up.
Works for me.
Counting on you. Someone else's turn.
Now,
I guess that worked out anyway. Normal chest. Oh, here we go. Not get it yet. This is the day the world oh, right. Let's meet again. Oh, I can feel her. Marie-chan's close. Senpai, just a little more. Let's go. Hey, almost reached the bottom. Damn it. Oh, hi, it's you again.
a rare one. Don't let it get away.
The winds blow.
I can't defeat it. One enemy to go. Keep it up. Senpai, that was so cool.
Someone else's turn.
There. I couldn't do it.
There's none of you will freaking crit when we need it.
That's amazing, Yukiko-senpai. Keep it up.
I'm surprised I don't do like a thing having it like constantly using stronger and stronger like Megiddo line spells. A fire Dray. We actually haven't gotten a fire one, have we? Ooh, another loneliness stone. Our healers are pretty well set up. Then it's Midiatahan costs 30. I can almost cast it for free.
Be careful. There's an enemy immune to light.
Oh no, it's me to light. Whatever will I do?
That's the way, senpai. Do some more damage. You're on a roll, senpai. 2 defeated. Enemy down.
Okay.
It's showtime. Are you ready?
All right, here goes.
Go! Beat him up!
This is a no hell no kind of scenario, but we can at least grab a chest key and the cup. Nothing really important beyond that. Damn it.
Oh, now's your chance. Run! Be careful. There's an enemy immune to light.
But is it immune to Hasotobi? That's the question.
Oh,
We got most of the breakers that we need.
uh-oh. That one's immune to
I haven't seen that big guy back there before. Looks like it's supposed to be a variant on the robots.
Here comes a pick-me-up.
Counting on you. What the hell? It's not working?
3
Right.
enemies left. You can win this. Go with the pedals. Don't tell me it's not working.
I did. Oh, I guess those moves always cause the splash cut.
It's not working! Persona!
Enemy defeated. You're off to a good start.
Right.
Yukiko Senpai's acting weak. Light won't work. Just darkness won't work. Yukiko Senpai's acting weird. Enemy down. That's the
Keep
way,
it up,
Yosuke
Yosuke!
Senpai. Yeah, Yosuke Senpai.
I can't dizzy it.
The show, huh? It's over. What was I gonna
God damn it, really? Because I don't have Amrita on him. I did not realize that they had those kind of stat-ups.
It's so stubborn!
2 enemies left.
I mean,
Don't
okay.
let me guard now.
Have anybody else with? Oh, yeah, she's learning salvation next time. Uh, here we go. He has Amrita.
Someone help Senpai.
Damn it.
It got back up. Defeat it fast.
Oh, good.
Senpai's acting weird.
Someone else's turn.
One enemy.
Okay, why did they recover but we didn't?
Persona. There. You okay, Senpai?
Well, crap.
Hang in there.
Double crap.
Woo, you're up. Time for a counterattack.
I need to guard this.
Cozy on.
Unfortunately, Yukiko, you're on the chopping block for this. some... Oh, wait. He uses ice, doesn't... Oh, we don't know what all of his skills are. Alright. Oh, he does have Agi. Okay. Well then.
Careful, guys. Teddy's health is pretty low.
Someone else's turn.
Yeah, I noticed.
Persona! There! Great! One enemy to go. Keep it up!
Oh, this is lots of buffs.
Persona!
There we go. Well, that fight was annoying. Not much good here. Yeah, isn't enough. Oh well.
Not bad, partner. Alright, I leveled up.
We got a couple levels down here, even with the fairly bad XP rates for this region. That's a gold chest. Suffering Stone. Got it. Figure we should at least go back and save, you know? Oh, did we lose all the items? What the hell? Oh, I hope I didn't just screw myself. If we jump back in, do we lose them all? Ah, no, okay, so they're just like kept separately. What? Oh, we have to do this floor all over again? Why didn't it warp us to the exit? I don't get it. So I might as well equip the fire armor, I guess. Oh. I'm sorry? We're back on one of these floors?
You hit the enemy's weakness. It's showtime. Are you ready? No escape. Go! Knock them out!
Can we get funds for... Alright, so like slightly better than love. Seems like an oddly small version of it.
Nice! There's an enemy weak to win. Enemy down.
Okay.
Is everyone ready? Get set.
Yep, leave it to us.
Go! Knock them out!
Take this. That works.
Have I gotten a little stronger?
Oh wait, we got stones there. What stones did we get? Oh, we got a ton of grief stones, haven't we? Oh no! Wait, I'm doing this wrong. Oh my god, I just realized. Parting is the start, isn't it? Are you kidding me? I can't warp to the end anymore. Why you gotta hurt me like this, game? I was hoping to get into the final dungeon today.
That enemy. Now's your chance.
Oh, we can actually run from these fights. Well then, guess what we're doing for the rest of this place? We have to go through all 10 floors all over again.
Now's your chance. Run.
I don't get it. The other dungeons, if you go back to the start of a dungeon, it doesn't reset your progress. If you go to the top and then go down, then it does. But like, it just makes like, if you go to the top and go like, if you go to floor 10, then go down to like floor 9, it makes it so floor 9 is where you can warp to. It wasn't that horrible, but it's like, why? Actually, I just had a thought. I saved before we went back in, didn't I? Oh, thank God that's good and sacred. Ugh. Alright, we're looking pretty good on items.
There she is! Marie-chan!
Why? Why do you come? Why? I told you I'm your enemy. That you don't need to bother with me. Why did you come this far? Thank you. But it won't do you any good. I'm tired. I just want to end it all.
Shut up, you know what that means. You think we're just gonna lie down and let you do that?
Marie-san, please listen. Even if you are one of those creatures, that's still no reason for you to end your own life. The Tusagiri have been defeated. That means you're...
Free? Is that what you think? That's not true. I'm not like you. I don't have freedom. I told you already. If I don't die, then your world will disappear. Our role was more than to simply find out the wishes of man. Our true role is to control the fog and bring that wish to fruition.
Control the fog?
Don't you think it's strange that the fog never went away? That it lasted for months? The Sagiri created the fog, and I absorbed it. The fog that changes people to shadows.
Wait, then the reason the fog cleared was...
That's right. When Amino Sagiri was defeated, the fog covering your town was no longer needed. Then I heard a voice, and all the fog flowed into me. The fog isn't gone. Even now, it's raging inside me.
No way. So the fog isn't gone after all that? It's just in you now?
When my mind is completely overpowered by the fog, I will disappear, taking the fog and the hollow forest with me. I am a being destined for non-existence. That's the memory that came back to me. The world will be saved.
Yes. Now we know the true reason why she hid herself in the Hollow Forest. Of course, I cannot agree with the conclusion she's drawing.
Hell no! She's saying that we can only have world peace in exchange for her life? Screw that!
That's why. That's why I left. Because there's no point in seeing you. We'll just hurt each other. It's okay. It's all okay. I've already made enough memories of my own. Fun. Happy memories. If you're not gonna leave now, then I'll have to make you leave by force. Please. Just understand.
Damn it, why did it end up like this? What are we gonna do, partner?
Okay, we're saving her! If we give up here, then why the hell did we even bother coming all this way?
Have you seen how annoying this dungeon
We're not
is?
gonna let anyone else suffer from that fog. We have to do it.
Right.
I don't want you to suffer anymore. Why don't you understand?
Senpai, we can't lose here. The peace we've earned shouldn't come at the cost of anyone's life. We cleared the world of the fog, and now we're getting rid of it for good.
This is our problem, too. We can't let Marie-chan be the only one to bear all of this herself.
Here goes. This is for your own good. Too persistent!
Oh, slightly annoying. The first part of this fight isn't too bad, honestly.
Eat this!
We've taken worse damage. Oh, okay.
Damn it! Who do they think they are?
Darkness won't work. Look at...
Who's only strong against that? Freaking counter skills. Just here we're getting a nice big bombastic version of the boss theme.
I'm okay. Persona!
That's enough!
That lighting's just so hot right now. Let's just always go off. What's the percentile on that? Yeah, we can always just go with magic.
Feeling okay?
Well, that sounds code to me for just sit tight and do some buffing. Oh hey, physical attack actually went through. Ain't that handy.
Persona!
Why do you still come? All you have to do is abandon me.
You're still putting that up, alright.
Persona! Feel that mighty wind!
This sucks. Why don't you understand? Just give up.
Oh, stage 2's coming.
Huh? How's that, you punk? Now are you gonna listen to us?
Why? Why? It doesn't matter what happens to me. You're stupid. Hurting yourselves like that. If my death keeps you from being happy, what am I dying for?
Don't say you're going to die! Don't worry, it'll be okay. I used to be just a shadow too. But even I could change. Emi-chan, you have to believe.
What good comes of belief? You save me, and your world is gonna disappear. Is that what you want? That's what it means when you tell me you want me to live. I look so stupid. Afraid of living off borrowed life. Afraid to disappear. Thinking that maybe I could remember something, and then I'd have a life worth living. It's funny. I remember now. I already have a role. And it's to disappear. I shouldn't have ever remembered. It would have been better if I'd never remembered.
Marie-chan.
What's wrong?
That's right. There is no need for the truth. Ignorance is bliss. There will be no pain if you never try to find out.
That voice! That's not Marie-chan.
Is that what she meant by her mind being overpowered? Hey, snap out of it!
Don't come near me! Go home! Please, just go home! All you losers! You just don't know when to quit! I never should have met any of you. Especially you. I hate you!
Yeah, what he said. You really aren't true to yourself, are you? You need to work on your acting skills.
Stop lying to me!
It's not a lie. Everything in this world is the product of someone's mind. This place is yours. This tomb, and the flowers all over it. Your resolve to die is what created this scenery. However, on the way here, we saw things that don't fit a grave. Junes and Sozai Daigaku signs, the bench on the hill, the electric poles, mirrors, school desks. It's all from the town, the home of the people you say you hate so much.
What, you want us to bury you with all that stuff? If you like him that much, why don't you come see for yourself, huh?
Yeah, he's right. You don't have to go away forever. The only thing that needs to go is your fog.
It's impossible. There's no way. If we waste any more time, the fog will take me over and be set free. If that happens, I won't be able to take my own life. I'll become a monster.
Are you saying we should wait for Marie-chan to be controlled by the fog and then defeat her? Senpai, wait! I mean, it's still her body, right? If we fight the monster...
Yeah. So what'll happen?
I don't know. But maybe right now, you might be able to. I'll put my mind to sleep before the fog overpowers it. Of course, the fog will then take over my body, but my mind will still be safe beneath it. The rest comes down to luck, I guess. Which will give out first? The fog or my life?
That's one hell of a gamble. What are we gonna do?
I'd rather not have to do that. But if there's no other way, then we'll just have to have faith that it'll work.
Yeah, it's gotta be better than just sitting here and watching her die.
She's not gonna die. We won't let her. This is our friend's life on the line. We can't fail now.
We fought monsters for less.
Okay. I trust in you all, even if I do die. It would be a better way than letting the current situation continue. But please, don't any of you die.
It's coming! Get ready, everyone!
Will this really work? Emi-chan won't die if we fight her?
Marie-chan believed in us. We have to believe in her.
Right.
Here we go.
What good is it to learn the truth? You want me to throw away my worthless self-satisfaction in exchange for eternal suffering and despair? I don't need it. I don't need any of it. What's wrong with turning a blind eye to suffering? I don't want a truth full of pain. I want a peaceful lie.
What is this feeling? It's like she's not even seeing us.
Well, she is covering your face.
Suffering, denial, and rejection. She's denying everything. Be careful, Senpai. Normal tactics may not work.
Marie-chan!
Yep.
We'll save you!
Emi-chan.
Yes, yes. Get on to the fight. Alrighty. So yeah,
This one's strong.
reflects everything. Kind of a dick. So we got Almighty and we got all those breaker items.
Feel that mighty wind!
I guess that means just skip a turn. Alright, let's check to see how much you resist, Almighty stuff. 100.
It's over.
Oh, I probably should use Burning Petals because it does way more damage. Oh, okay. She isn't that big of a threat, is she? Let's see. Oh, I do have Ice Stamp on her. Yeah, I'm Bufu down. Yeah, it makes her a little bit easier when she's not when she's taking that much damage. About 900 with Agidon, she does. About 100 more with Burning Petals. Okay.
What was that? Marie, careful, Senpai. She's sucking up everything.
Thank God we got dim rocks. That pretty much makes it a moot point.
Kozeon!
Counting on you.
Oh yeah, it's just buffs and debuffs.
Protect
Okay.
me, Kozeon! Persona!
Yeah. Fire Affinity's back.
You're all hypocrites! Peace and tranquility lie in the fog!
Senpai, don't listen to her! That...
Counting on you.
There we go. Man, I forgot she took that much damage from stuff.
Did we do it?
Marie-chan!
How is she, Senpai? She okay?
It just appears the voice direction been a bit off during this. He isn't moving.
No way. This can't be real.
No! This can't be!
Emi-chan? Come on. You're such a sleepyhead. It's time to wake up, okay? Emi-chan? No! This isn't happening! What did we do wrong? Emi-chan, wake up! Don't die!
Get off of me! Marie-chan? Thank goodness she's alive! Oh, that's right. Thank you. You think that's long enough for a moving hug? Shouldn't you let go now?
Nope. I'm tired of moving. Enough with getting up. Good thing there's someone even I can hug.
Hey!
That's my commercial, dang it.
Here we go again. Why is it all our friends are like this?
You know, there aren't a lot of people who can really mess with Rise-chan.
Leaving time
Did you
now.
feel the earth move? Or was that just me watching these two?
This isn't the time for stupid comments! What's going on?
Don't tell me! Is this like in the movies where once the bad guy's defeated, his evil fortress self-destructs?
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. I don't need to be in this place to die anymore, so it's gonna disappear.
Why the hell didn't you say that sooner? It's gonna take us with it!
We're gonna die! We're all gonna die!
Just get to the exit! Hurry!
I forgot how tiny the TV here is.
I feel like this has happened before.
Are these really your friends? They're all so weird.
Takes one to know one.
It's your fault to begin with.
The TV! That was never a television. The Hollow Forest has vanished because there's no more reason for it to exist.
We did it!
Well, it feels weird. After all, I'm alive.
Well, yeah. That's why we went all the way there and everything.
Thank you for saving me. And I'm sorry. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
You just said sorry, didn't you?
She did, very politely.
Huh?
It's just that you never seemed like the type who would say that.
Huh? You stupid jerk! Fine then. Forget it. I take it back.
Oh well.
Listen to me. What the hell? What is with you people? You risk yourselves to save me? You don't get anything out of it. I don't understand you. Really?
To be honest, we were hesitant at first. Learning that you were from the other side was kind of confusing. But to not save you just because of that? Oh, that's not how we roll.
If we blamed things on someone else and looked the other way, nothing would change. You were in trouble and we saved you. That's all that counts.
I don't understand you at all.
If not knowing us bothers you, then you should start getting to know us. All of us want you to learn more about this world.
Yeah, like Valentine's Day.
Valentine?
Ah, so you don't know what that is either. Huh. It's an awesome day when a girl gives chocolate to someone she holds dear. Oh, and I already reserved senpai.
Whatever. No cheating. Reservation canceled.
Why, you...
That was quick. Well, let him get to it.
Hey, it's clear outside!
It wasn't before?
You're right. I need to do all the laundry.
My back is killing me. Hey, how about we get some grub?
Sounds good! On you, of course!
Oh, stop expecting me to buy you lunch all the time!
Yeah. I'm okay. Let's go. Everyone's waiting.
Oh, that's a silver trophy. Then again, this was a hidden dungeon you gotta jump through hoops to actually access.
Well, when I gave my body up to the fog, I thought I heard a voice. What did it say? Humans don't want to know the truth. Would
Yes,
they
we
decide
know.
like that, anyway?
That's what the fog beats always say.
I don't know. But it was familiar. The same voice I heard when you defeated Amino-Sagiri and the fog flowed into me. Wait. Maybe not. I felt like it was my voice. Maybe it's something I said long ago? Oh well. The fog is gone. I probably just misheard it.
Totally not a hint at the true final boss.
Scared you, huh? The weather's nice, there's snow all over. What more do we need? Oh yeah, you ever been in a snowball fight, Marie-chan?
Hmm.
Hey, how are we gonna split the teams?
Your aim is
I'm
horrible.
supposed to throw snow at him. Isn't that right? Okay, I won't hold back.
Hold on! You have the eyes of a predator!
The teams will be women versus men. Now begin.
Oh, come on! Kanji, Teddy, what the hell, guys?
Take this! Get him, Marie-chan!
Why are you all going after me?
Enjoy the snowball fight later that day.
We kicked their asses! Those guys can't match our supreme snowball skills!
Well, I do feel a bit sorry for them.
Still, today's hero's gotta be Marie-chan. You go, Snowball Queen!
That's the wrong gender. It's heroine, not hero.
Whoa, your skin is so pretty. You're
I
completely
guess they felt Marie was left out of the original Hot Springs episode.
Can you see anything? Steam's covering all the good stuff. Hey, Kanji, up! Don't let me down now.
Ted, you punk! I'm done with this!
Cut it!
You dirty pervert! Oh! Trying to peep again! Oh!
Marie-chan, electricity here's a bad idea!
disgusting creeps.
I hate you all!
What is this, Urusai Yatsura?
You're back.
Everybody back to the Velvet Room and returned home. Finally done with that. Hey, Valentine's Day. See, one text message. Obviously, if you're, you only get to spend time with whoever you're dating. Can't remember if there's something that happens if you're dating everybody here too.
Yep.
These were tough. You never thought I'd get zapped by lightning in real life. Thanks to that shock or whatever, I totally forgot what today was. February 14th, you know. Didn't have much time to prepare myself for this, so I've been nervous all morning. Someone help me do something about all this pressure. I used to, back when I lived in the city. It's nothing but betrayal ever since. But I'm just getting friend shocks, those only from Teddy. I'll never live it down. Oh yeah, test results. I got the best, of course. Yep. More students have stayed after school than usual.
Well, what should I do now? I'm gonna hang out here for a bit longer, but I don't know what to do.
Not like there's anything for me to do at home anyway.
Oh, I got it. I'll go up to the roof or something. I'm gonna be behind the school building. You know, just because.
Most of the girls are already gone.
Hey, man, all these guys are obsessed with chocolate. If they want candy so much, why don't they just buy us some themselves?
Are you serious? This is the one day you shouldn't be buying chocolate for yourself.
Yeah?
Man, you're clueless. Whatever. I know I'm getting some for sure today. Part-time workers at Junes? The important thing is that I have any at all. Right, Chie-san? Yukiko-san? I see you've got some big bags with you today.
Wow, that's not the sound of desperation or anything. Yeah, I do have some. Right, Yukiko?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet. I like candy.
What makes makes you think it's going to you? It might be for me.
Don't be so desperate. And I brought some too.
Oh, are you guys handing out chocolate? Great timing. Here you go, Chie-senpai, for always being so hardworking.
Why me?
Because today's for giving out chocolate to the people you like, right? It's a great day to say thank you to all those people in your life, not just your romantic partner.
Wow. Putting a new spin on things.
She's so thoughtful. Must be all those years in showbiz.
Here's hand out chocolate to each person. There doesn't seem to be any left for you.
Hey, what about him?
I'll give him his chocolate later. I've got some stuff to take care of right now, but I'll call you soon.
Does that mean...
I feel like everyone's super curious about who I'm going to hand my special chocolate to. If I do it now, it'll be embarrassing. So, see you later.
Rise gives you a meaningful look. You must go see Rise later.
Well, I have some other people to give chocolate to. Bye!
Wow, her ability to avoid personal drama is impressive.
Well, personalities usually have television, like media training, I think is what they call it, for dealing with that kind of stuff.
Together?
What's that supposed to mean? Today's a huge deal.
And aren't we always together anyway?
Well, if you'll excuse me.
She never breaks a sweat. Oh well, Kanji. Guess we're spending time with each other today.
Sure, why not?
I totally feel like we missed the train here.
Attention, everyone! I have chocolates here with everyone's names on them. Please take your candy and go home. Well, I've got to go back to the inn and help out. Good luck, Chie.
Yukiko?
Man, Yukiko's being even bossier than normal.
I'm gonna go make sure she's okay. Oh, this is chocolate for everyone in it. Take yours and go home.
What the hell? Talk about being brushed off.
What, you don't want yours? I'll take it.
God, you moron! Of course I want it!
Let's go see the people who want to talk to you. Came to the shore with Rise. Cool breeze feels nice.
No one can bother us here. I've got you all to myself. Just kidding. Here, this is for you. Sorry to keep you waiting.
As Rise hands you, looks beautiful, and it's giving off an odor that is anything but pleasant. You feel an impending sense of doom.
I knew you'd notice how special it is. I added durian and habanero to it. Anyone can just melt some chocolate and pour it into a mold. Where's the love in that? So I added a bit of originality. I'm certain you'll like it.
But why durian?
What's the matter? Oh, eat it now. I worked so hard on it. I want to see your happy face. Aren't you glad, Senpai? Fine then. I forgive you. But you'll have to tell me what you think later.
Put the chocolate away. Luckily, the smell fades when you close the box.
The only thing I can hear is the sound of the waves. It's like we're all alone in the world. I'm going to tell you my dreams. I haven't told anyone else. I want to work and go to college. I think I could study lots of things. And during all that, I want to have a serious relationship with a man I love and get married on a tropical island and live in a house with a big yard and get a big dog. I'll cook and live happily with my husband. And then when we're old, we're gonna drink tea every day by the garden. Together.
Rise is a little embarrassed as she smiles.
Just kidding. I'm such a weirdo. Hey, don't jump to any conclusions. I didn't even say who I was talking about. Senpai, by a man I love, I meant you. Right now it's just a dream, but it's important to me. So I want to make all my dreams come true, one by one, with you at my side. Whoa, you can't take that back.
The only sound you hear is the crashing of the waves.
Did you know, Senpai? People were born from the sea. I feel like we're Adam and Eve right now, just the two of us here. Eve was Adam's wife, so that means Adam gets to have Eve all to himself.
Been a long time with Rise. Into my residence front door.
You're late.
What is that vibrating ball in your hand?
Today, I can't have the nose or Margaret in the way. Don't worry, I got permission.
It's still vibrating.
Chocolate. You can have it.
It smells. More importantly, it's moving. Okay, I'm not the only one who knows.
Eclectic Loudwits. I did the best I could, but I don't know if it turned out any good. Sorry. Oh, yeah. You're too straightforward. I hate you, stupid. That's why you're so popular. You can eat it. If you don't hurry, it'll melt. If it melts, it'll run away.
I have a feeling of danger, but you've already accepted her gift.
When you eat it, I want you to tell me whether it was good or not. Now.
You'd have no choice but to eat it. Right, the smell tastes quite normal. No, you can't stop eating it.
You ate it all? That's incredible. Are you stupid? Well, it makes my work worth it.
I have an unsettling feeling that something is moving within your stomach.
Valentine's Day isn't an actual ritual. Huh. I looked it up. I thought it was some big event. You know, a turning point of your life. I'm so lame. I was fooled. I feel stupid. Ugh. But it's not like that. I didn't make that chocolate just because I thought it was something I was supposed to. No, that makes it sound like I'm serious. Well, I am serious, but... And you can just shut your stupid jerk face! I'm telling the truth! Look, just close your eyes. Shut up and close them! Thank you. Well, I don't really get it. I won't forget about you. Ever.
Spent some time with Marie. Thought we didn't take the romantic option with her.
Big bro, do you know what day it is today?
The day that never ends.
Ding ding ding, you are correct. This is my favorite chocolate.
I think it gives you some chocolate that's very popular with children.
It's sweet and yummy. Today, my teacher said Valentine's Day isn't just a day to give out chocolate. It's a day to say thank you to the people you care about. Teacher gave us all chocolate. Everybody, even me. And when she gave it to me, she said, "It's been tough for you, but you've done very well." Everyone tells me I'm strong for pulling through. That's why I said thank you back. And I said that my big bro and my dad are rooting for me, and that's why I can be happy again. Really? And then my teacher was so happy. And then she said, when someone's cheering you on, even when you're in trouble, you feel energized. Do you feel like that when I cheer you on? Me too. When you root for me, I get so happy. We're the same. Me, my dad, and your friends are all on your side. Even if you go back soon, I hope you're happy. I had one more chocolate. I made it myself.
That's a slime monster. Strange object sits on your plate. By some miracle, has no smell at all.
The big girls taught me how to make homemade chocolate creations. That's why I made one for you.
Why is it a slime? Just who taught her how to cook? Your instincts honed after years of battle are ringing warning bells in your mind.
She said I should make
Oh,
some
great.
iced coffee to add flavor. Oh, and bacon, since everyone likes bacon. Luckily, there was some bacon and iced coffee in the fridge. Rise-chan said that the chocolate should assert itself, so it needs to be either really sweet or really spicy. You're a grown-up, Big Bro, so I thought you'd appreciate a bitter taste. So I put bell peppers and wheatgrass juice in it. I think that sour chocolate sounds really assertive, so I added vinegar and ponzu sauce too. Yukiko said that my chocolate would have depth if I added fish. So I added some fish sausage and some of Dad's fermented squid. And Naoto told me she'd let me borrow a recipe book. And when I told her I was already done, she told me that you'd enjoy anything that I made for you.
Thanks, Naoto! Nanako looks at you expectantly.
Big Bro, thank you. I love you.
You have no options! It's...
Big Bro? What's wrong, Big Bro?
You can hear Nanako's voice from far away. Need some rest? You have managed to recover your health. Soft light is pouring in from outside. You should hurry to school.
Morning! Good morning.
Weather's great today. It's even a little warm, don't you think? It's on the news that the first official spring storm was observed this morning. Spring is just around the corner, huh? Spring, huh? Everything went by so fast.
What's up?
Hey, everybody, what's going on? Nothing. We're all just talking about how spring's almost here. Then Ryon-kun, well, yeah, try not to think about it. But hey, we still have some time, right? No gloomy faces until then. Cut that out. We're gonna pack your brain so full of good memories that you'll beg us to stop. Ah, shoot.
Well,
let's go, man. But hey, wait for me! I'm gonna guess that's us making White Day chocolate? Yeah, it is. White Day is when guys are supposed to reciprocate the chocolate they get on Valentine's Day for girls. We've finished packing. You'll be returning to the city in 2 days. Decide to rest for today. Spring has once again come to Inaba. Dojima residence. It's finally the day you will part with everyone.
All done packing? Well, if you forget anything, I'll mail it to you.
Can I go answer the door?
Oh yeah, that's right. Sure. Go answer it. There's nothing to worry about anymore. Seeing her so cheerful like that, nothing makes me happier. I already bought your train ticket for tomorrow. It leaves at 9 o'clock in the morning from Yasuina bus station. Today's your last day here. Don't worry about Nanako. You can leave her to me. Go see your friends. This might be your last chance to talk to them.
Sequels say otherwise. Last day you will be spending in this town. You should wander around for a while.
Are you going out? Be careful.
Alrighty, so let's quickly run through all this. Basically, just get to speed through all this. Mainly to, you know, I want to get to the final dungeon. And basically, everyone just restates like their big finale about their feelings and all that. Else on the roof. I could have sworn this one was hanging around in our classroom, but I was wrong. Never mind. Here's Naoto. Alright, got Naoto done. Maxing out all the social links does make this take a bit longer. There we go. I had a feeling Ayane was in here. As I recall, Sports is hanging out at Aya's, so don't worry about that. As I recall, yeah, we find out here that Sayoko went off to Africa as a volunteer doctor kind of a thing to help out people there. And at the hill, of course, yep, it's Eri and her kid, Yuta. And Yukiko's at the inn. It's kind of weird how the inn is just like not one of those places we can like go to freely ever. You figure that this would be the kind of place that we would be able to, right? Here's Chie. Well, Chie surprisingly didn't have a big one there. Didn't even have a cutaway like we are with Marie here. I mean, not Marie, Margaret. So, there. Here's Rise. She's going off to for voice training and stuff like that. It's kind of weird that we don't have a longer scene with her just because, you know, we're actually dating. And he's joined the baseball team, became friends with the transfer student. I guess she's hanging out at Sozai Daigaku. Memory. Of course, we gotta meet up with our fox. Oh yeah, I remember. The fox has kids. And that was the guy that we initially started the social link with. They all have little matching bibs, it's adorable. I'm trying to talk to Kanji, not go in there. Kanji gets a separate cutscene kind of a deal, but none of the girls did. He's keeping up his handicraft class that he was talking about before. He's come up with some ideas to try to help out his family, too. And this is where Yosuke and Teddy are hanging. And Yosuke and Teddy get one of the more elaborate ones, it looks like. I recall if we head back home we can run into Dojima and Nanako. Asano is about to leave to, you know, move in with her family. Looks like I was right. I know I'm skipping through it, but I do appreciate the fact that it has this kind of a sequence, you know? It's like the epilogue, except it's not actually the epilogue because we actually have more we gotta do. Especially if you, well, like, I think you don't need to, like, visit with them if you didn't max out their social link. Now we have to say no. You have to leave the floodplain. And you go to Junes. If you say yes there, then the game ends. Now we need to go back to the food court. Basically, everybody shows up here. Yep. Mainly because, well, it's last day and nostalgia and all that. And then we meet up and then we're like, how did this all start? Who started the Midnight Channel rumor? Where did this power come from? Oh, and then we get this letter from Adachi.
I'm sure you're surprised to get this letter out of the blue. I'm writing this because there's something I need to tell you. Ever since I made it out alive, there are some things I understand now. It's true that my game's over. As you all insisted at the time, I'll abide by the rules of this world. But as long as I'm in stir here, I can't clean up after myself. So I hope this will give you something to think about regarding this case. There's still this feeling I can't shake. It's about how it all started. About that Midnight Channel. Now I remember, someone told me about it when I first came to town, before I heard the rumors at the station. And I was intrigued when I noticed that something similar was written on Namatame's reports as well. But I can't remember who it was that told me. Since Namatame and I both gained our power after coming to Inaba, I have a feeling that has something to do with it. I don't know if any of this will be useful or not, but I hope it can help somehow.
There's still more.
When I'm here, I think of Dojima-san, Nanako-chan, and you. A lot. Though my time with you didn't seem like much fun before. It's strange.
Adachi's well-organized words unfold on a piece of stationery paper.
Despite it all, I'm grateful to you. Thank you. But let me just say this. You're a dumbass.
Oh,
You
Adachi.
take the path
Careful,
you
Kiba.
choose, and I'll think about what that means to me, too. I doubt I'll ever see you again. But stay healthy. Goodbye.
Letter ends there. You obtained Adachi Lip. Feel a definite bond between you and Adachi. Here's our final social link. Now we can make Magatsu Izanagi. Basically, Adachi's persona. Legend of Inaba. So the things you wrote in Ayu. Who did we learn about the Midnight Channel from?
It's not.
I was like, huh. He met immediately after coming to town with Dojima and Nanako. So yeah, so this game requires you to remember exactly the order of events at the start. You have to go to the Samigawa floodplains. And yes, it has actually started to get cloudy. Did you already meet with all your friends? What's this all of a sudden? You asked Dojima about the first day you arrived in town.
The day you first came to town? Let's see. We were the first ones to greet you, right? Did we stop somewhere on the way home? I'm pretty sure Nanako and I left home that afternoon, picked you up, and came straight back. Now that I think back to that night, I was called back to work as soon as we got home, so I couldn't talk much. And the very next day, those strange murders started. Sheesh. A lot's happened since then. It's been one heck of a year, hasn't it?
Hey, big bro. On the first day, didn't we stop at that place? The gas station. I used the bathroom there. When I got back to the car, you were talking to the weird attendant. Yeah, when I first met you, I remember the gas attendant because he was weird.
Now that you mention it, I do remember that. I filled the tank before we went home, huh? Yeah, I do remember you talking to the attendant there. I didn't remember seeing him much before, so he stuck in my mind. But I don't know about calling him weird. It wasn't like he looked or acted funny. Yeah. Come to think of it, I never saw that guy again.
It wasn't really that the attendant looked weird. But after you talked to him, you looked sick, big bro. Don't you remember? I asked you on the way home. Are you car sick? You said you were okay, but that attendant, he was just a little scary for some reason.
Well, I didn't know about that. But honestly, I'm surprised you're asking all these questions. I thought you came here just to reminisce. So, why are you looking for the person you met first? Is something going on with that attendant? Do you know him? I see. Well, just remember that you leave tomorrow. I don't know what you're up to, but you should come back home early. There are some dark clouds on the horizon. We might get some rain soon.
Okay.
Maybe something there will jog your memory. Oh yeah, that's right. We have to go here, right? Yep.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. How may I help you? You have solved the mystery and deflected the disaster that so nearly fell upon you. Is there something else beyond this you need our assistance with? Intriguing. So, is there still something that leaves you unsatisfied? What may that be? Well then, let's take a look and see what it is you might be sensing.
Wow. That's a lot.
Ah, this is a surprise. These are shards of power, allowing one to see through to the truth of things without being swayed by hollow rumors. Interesting. Indeed, you have come here today for a reason. Then I shall play my part as well. That is a crystal of power which you have nurtured through your journey. An orb that repels fabrications of all sorts, dispels lies, and shines upon the truth.
Obtain the Orb of Sight.
Hey. I remembered something about myself. I was born a long, long time ago. I was the unconscious wish shared by people's minds. To protect the world of man, walk the path of man, fulfill the wish of the world. That was my role. But people stopped wishing for truth in life. Or maybe they just stopped paying attention. Eventually, the me that wanted to protect humanity and the me that wanted to fulfill humanity's wish couldn't stay as one. The desires of man had no bounds, and one day, my other half became its own existence. Much larger than myself. I was left behind. With no power or memories. I became a tiny fragment, incapable of even clearing the fog without giving my own life to do so. The rest, you already know. Without my powers, I became a tool, manipulated by the other me. You already know, huh? The cause of it all. The one who created the Midnight Channel and gave you the power to enter the TV. The real puppet master, who tried to fill both worlds with fog, using me and the Sagiri. If you don't defeat her, the world will never be truly clear of that fog. Go. Follow what you believe in.
Truth is a thing which only appears to those who have observed, considered, and made a choice. At the end of the path you chose lies the truth. Believe in it, and continue without faltering.
How marvelous. It seems that you will reveal the journey's true end, one beyond our predictive power. Now go to the place where everything began.
Began raining. There you are. Hi there, you need something? First, what are you talking about? Oh, it's about the part-time job. Sorry, we don't have an opening yet. Ah, serial murder stuff's a real tragedy, wasn't it? But the case was solved, right? Thank goodness. Well, that's a weird question to ask. Don't know if it was right here, but I might have met them before. Been in this town for a long time, so yeah, there's a good chance. Not like I knew them personally. Got nothing else to do. Mind leaving me alone? Still need something? Hey, actually leave me alone. Did you miss that? Those two? Ah, that's right. I remember now. I think I met them when they first came to town. So I greeted them saying, "Welcome to Inaba." But that's all, just that. What about it? What did I do? Don't you remember? Met you here when you first came to town. Did the same thing as what I did to those two. I greeted you, that's all. Remember, we talked for a couple minutes. Hey, mind if I ask you something? Why all these questions? There's something that's bothering you about the first time we met? Amazing, you've reached me at last. Let's drop this charade. To be quite honest, I was waiting for you to come. Adachi, Namatame, and you. It is I who awakened that power within you three. The ones who had a potential. Having said that, I am rather surprised.
You really are troublesome. Not only did you defeat the two Sagiri I snuck into Adachi and Namatame, but you even saved that stunted dwarf of a life. It's such a foolish thing. What good is saving her life? She is but rubbish, suitable only for getting rid of that pointless fog. Hmm? Don't tell me she was still carrying that around. Oh, excuse me. I was talking about that bamboo comb you have on you. Yes, I know. After all, it is a symbol of separation, which is why I gave it to her as we parted ways.
Remember that Kanji's mother mentioned that when you visited Tatsumi Textiles with Marie. So don't believe that combs had the power to cause separation.
How foolish. That comb was a curse. And to think she treasured it all this time. She must have been desperate for something to cling to. There's a limit to how irresponsible you can get. Hmm? And what are you going to do about it? The last battle wasn't enough for you. You certainly have the powers I was expecting. I saw the potential you had within you. Your friends were drawn to the spark I stirred in you. That's why they're here now, with their awakened powers. Still, I didn't think you'd make it all the way to me. Indeed, I never expected this at all. You're really something. What? You don't remember? When you first came to town, I gave your power a gentle push. Just like this. Are you in high school? Does it surprise a city boy to see how little there is out here? There's so little to do, I'm sure you'll get bored fast. Speaking of which, we're actually looking for part-time help right now. Give it some thought, why don't you? We don't mind if you're a student.
That's an extreme dizziness.
You're not the only one I welcomed to town with a handshake greeting. I did the same for a few other outsiders like you. A handful of strangers were more than sufficient to stimulate a small place like this. But it seems the stimulus was stronger than I imagined. Enough to envelop this town with fog, and later lift it. Not only that, you now stand before me as if your assigned part wasn't enough. What for?
It's the theme of the game, damn it!
What will grasping the truth do for you? Why such greed? I guess it's the foolish nature of being mortal. I am Izunami. Amino Sagiri, ruler of the fog, is merely an aspect of myself that I birthed long ago. You awakened to a power I had not imagined. You defeated the two Sagiri and the one fragment born from me. And now here you stand, face to face with me. I can no longer ignore this situation as mere foolishness. This may be fate, as decreed by the world. Very well. This time I shall pit my full strength against you. But in return, you must come prepared to follow through in your futile resistance. I'll be waiting for you there.
One you just encountered was the entity behind everything. Her name is Izunami. You can hear your friends' voices in the distance.
Hey, are you alright? Who was that you were just talking to? Did she just disappear?
It was also flying.
Don't tell me.
Told your gathered friends what happened between you and the gas station attendant.
So, it wasn't over after all.
You're saying this so-called Izanami is the conductor, and she's waiting for us in the other world? If we don't beat her, I'm sure it'll all happen again.
Oh, okay. The others aren't far off, so I'll call them up.
Yeah, will ya? Tell him this is really gonna close the case.
Right. We'll defeat her and put an end to this for sure this time.
All right. Then once we're all ready, let's meet up at Junes.
You have finally discovered the true cause of everything that happened. You must defeat this Izanami who waits for you in the other world. If Izanami truly gave birth to Amino Sagiri, then as long as Izanami is left alone, the town will definitely fall into the fog again someday. If that were to happen, everyone, all those precious to you, will become mere shadows. It's the most important task you have faced and must be taken care of before leaving town. You must ensure complete peace for this town where you've lived with everyone. I failed again at the very end. Enter the TV.
I sense a tremendous presence. It's unlike anything we had faced, and it seems like a new area has formed.
I bet it's that lady. She's waiting for us there. That reminds me. That Amino something we beat said stuff like, "We'll meet again." If that thing's gonna show up again, let's crush him completely so he can't cause any more problems from here on out.
Well, he doesn't show up in the final dungeon, so I don't know why they showed him. They mentioned him like this.
That thing in two. We'll do it and give Senpai a big farewell tomorrow.
Let's do our best like always, leader.
It is kind of sad.
No kind of send off like committing deicide.
It's gonna be the last time we do something like this. You know, this might sound
We'll wait till
like a weird
Dancing All
thing
Night
to
or Persona
say,
Q.
but it was a lot of fun.
That's because we all strove together toward a common goal. There were many things we believed in without questioning them. The culprit's identity, their motives, there were many occasions where we nearly gave up.
It may have been easier if we'd chosen to look the other way, but we didn't.
Even if we had to fight every inch of our way. I want to go on feeling, seeing, touching, and thinking for myself.
Yeah. Still, one person alone can only understand so much. That's why we're all here together.
Right. All for one and one for all.
So long as someone's got your back, you can kick against the pricks no matter how tough they are.
This is for our future.
So we can see him off tomorrow with no regrets.
Ew. Yosuke always has to try to make himself look all cool. But he's so pathetic, it makes my skin crawl.
Probably just fleas on your ratty old suit. I spilled juice on you earlier.
No wonder I smell of orangey freshness.
Well then, let's do this.
That's time I help you catch the bag. I said, say good luck. At any time, we can also leave here and actually go back to, like, sell stuff. And here it is. What is with SMT games and cubes? Like, seriously, they love them for, like, I guess divine aesthetics? It doesn't feel like anything like the others. Whenever we go in to rescue someone, I can sense their restless heart and how unstable it felt. But there's none of that here. Does this Anami person not have a heart or something? Wishy, always be careful, sensei, senpai. Yeah, not sensei. That's Teddy's thing. So, we'll leave it off here, and tomorrow we'll finally reach out to the truth and finish this game. See y'all later.